Namaste, namastizzle, magic, la quizzle. Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Greetings, shalom, wise eye. And again, namaste. It's your man again, Magic LaQuai. I hope that y'all are having a great day today. I hope that the coming weekend brings you peace and joy. I hope that you enjoyed the very special guest that I had this week, Mama D, aka Denise Alvarado. She does not give interviews, but she gave me one. How special is that? And I am still getting great feedback. She is well loved in the community. She's a pillar of the community, the occult community, and in New Orleans voodoo style of magic. So if you missed that particular interview, it was just 2 days ago. Please go back, rewatch it, see what she had to say, write notes, get the books she suggested, look up the people she suggested, join her Facebook group, Crossroads University. Um, in that video, as promised, all of her contact information, all of her links are in the description box. She is one of the things that I try to do on this channel is to bring to you people or cultists that I think is worthy of your attention. Okay. Um, there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people who are looking just to get money. And my point in starting this channel, one of the points was to bring to you people who are not known. Okay. Um, not that Denise isn't known, but just bringing a focal point to her and her works. She has written so many books. Anyway, see the interview. It was an enlightening interview. I am honored that she granted me that interview. Okay. Again, I hope that y'all are having a great and wonderful day. And before I begin anything, I want to special shout out to Sharon. I'm sure she's in the chat. I have not checked yet. Sharon just recently came back from Japan and she brought me some items. Shout out to Sharon for that. The first thing is this Daruma thing. Um, check that out. See that? It's called a Daruma, right? There's lore behind it and what you're supposed to do. Okay. But you can look that up yourself. I'm not going to go into details. She also sent me two little ones too. It's called a Daruma. See that? Again, thank you, Sharon, for your gifts. I have a little mirror here. Check that out. Okay. And as an occultist, I do make use of mirror magic. Okay. Um, another overlooked practice. She sent me in the year of the dragon, I get this as well as that. See that ring I'm wearing? It's a dragon ring. Ain't that fly as hell? Special. Shout out to Sharon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, now I can go into the chat box, see who's here. Namaste, Portia. Greetings. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed the replay. Peace and blessings, Brother Kunami. Cannot wait till she comes back. Same. I can't wait till she comes back. Hey, peace and blessings, Elegant Granny. What's going on? Auto Magical. You love mirror magic? Yeah, again, that's one of the overlooked practices, mirror magic. Um, so yeah, all right. Now, if you notice, I'm not sure how many of you look at the title of these lives that I do. But this one says the Book of Clarence and Negroes I love everything you see. Thank you so much. I really like this, but I got so much shit on my keychain. I gotta figure out something else to do with this. You know what I'm saying? I love it though. I mean, look at that from Japan. You know, I didn't check the box office receipts for the Book of Clarence in about a week. Me and brother Konami was we were discussing it, and at that point it was like 4.6 million. 4.6 million. This is why I say Negroes are stuck on stupid, because the color purple, the color purple, even though it's a flop, they consider a flop, it made no money. They haven't made their money back yet. Even though it's considered a flop, it still made 59 million, which means colored folks, yep, I said that. Colored folks went out and supported it. They went out and supported one of the worst movies ever made that had a remake to it and a musical. I mean, wow, why not set pain and suffering of the Negro race to music? Why not do that? You know what I mean? Um, it speaks to the mindset of the melanated masses. It does. Today, being the 1st of February, so-called Black History Month, which should be all year, you know, it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me how many people supported the color purple, not the Book of Clarence. And the reason that I'm finding online, I'm finding people's reviews that is blasphemy. They consider the Book of Clarence blasphemy. Dora Pauls. Stuck on stupid. Okay. They would rather hold on to an image and all the ideology that was given to them rather than do their own research. Now, James Samuel, the director of this film, says, you know, you have to feed your brand of crazy. I don't believe he didn't know what he was doing when he included so many gems in this movie. I mean, so many. I've seen various reviews on it. Okay, no women, not one woman has reviewed this movie. Most are gay men. That's an interesting dynamic, don't you think? Mostly gay men. Wow. All right. Um. Oh, I'm sorry. Peace, 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 peace. Peace and blessings, Charlie. Good to see you. Peace and blessings, Moon Feather. Peace, peace, peace. Caribbean Grimoire. And why set trash on fire? That was the Color Purple musical. Right, in time for the pause. If I had a screenshot for every Dora pause, man, I couldn't Dora pause enough when it comes to this brilliant movie. Black people, and when I say black, y'all know I hate using that word, but when I say black people, I'm talking about the ignorant Negro. That's what I'm talking about because that's what black literally means. Okay, dead, Negro. All right. So, or nigga, or nigga. Um, the fact that a melanated man made this movie and didn't get the support is astounding and amazing to me because black people are the only ones who always saying y'all support each other. And yet they don't do it when it comes to something like this. All right. This is the same director who directed The Harder They Fall, a modern day Western, um, pretty much an all black cast, all black cast. You see what I'm saying? Um, Konami, brother Konami, shout out to him. He's the one who convinced me to see this movie. He was the me and him talk pretty much every day, and he kept mentioning the Book of Clarence. And I'm like, it has to be something to this movie if this brother is promoting it, you know. So I watched it. I watched it last Friday, and I was amazed from the very first scene. All right. So before I go any further, if you have not seen this movie, you might want to skip out. You might want to bounce right now because I'm pretty sure the things that I'm going to say are going to be spoilers. Okay. Um, what's also amazing to me is that Negroes will go to see stuff like The Passion of the Christ and Schindler's List. They go see stuff like that, but they refuse to see this movie. One of the things that I often say is you have to give it to the powers that be. You have to give it to them because they have psychologically destroyed the Negro mind, where they don't have to do anything these days. And from people not going to see it proves that, right? One of the first things that come out, Clarence is in a race, all right? And he's racing Mary Magdalene, okay? She has a mask on. You see what I'm saying? She has a mask on. Very, like one of the first things that you see. You know what I'm saying? This looks to me like the Mask of Sophia in Gnosticism, right? There are tons of Gnostic references, okay? And in this movie, and Gnosticism is the real deal Christianity, all right? There's a reason so many books have been taken out of the Bible. Okay. There's a reason Gnostics and Gnosticism no longer exists. All right. If you've seen some of the things that the apostles said, that Jesus said, and some of the characters that were removed, it would amaze you. I want to see this movie. I've heard about it. Time for Jesus is over, bringing them extraterrestrial Genesis. Peace and wholeness, Olethe. What are some films that you personally would recommend or shows/series? Oh, Olethe, you've seen it. Charlie, I'll come back to that. I've seen it. It's definitely eye-opening. It's gold in them dour hills, and the movie is packed. I am okay with spoilers. I want to see, but want to hear too. So I'm choosing to stay and listen. Okay. Mass. All right. So promoting duality. All right. Promoting duality. I think in one scene also, Clarence. This is actually going to be a partial because I think I need to see it again. But this will be a partial. I don't even want to call it a decode. It's just stuff that I observe. He has a mask on, not a mask, but his face is painted black and white. All right. Duality. Okay. There's also Masonic references. You know what I'm saying? 33 is a Masonic number. The movie starts at AD 33. Okay. Jesus was 33 when all of his works start. You know what I'm saying? Um, Clarence wants to be, like I said, it's partial deco, but Clarence wants to be, in essence, 13th apostle. So this movie is based on the time where Jesus is rising as a Messiah, and Clarence wants a better life for himself. Kind of poor. He's kind of the village kind of clown, you know, always getting into mischief and everything. He wants to be the 13th apostle. Okay. 13. There's that number again. 13th apostle. Okay. 13 is very important in Masonic circles, right? It's also a magic number. Okay. It's also a magic number. Um, you don't you see Jesus in the beginning, but you don't see him. What you see is him shrouded in sunlight. That's very profound because there are some that say Jesus wasn't actually a person, but referencing the sun in the sky. Okay. Um, so his face is blotted out by the sun. And Elijah says to him, he says something like, I want that in a couple years or something like that. Brother Konami, can you help me out with what he exactly says? And Clarence says, I want that now. So he wants that now. Okay. Also, the Book of Clarence is indirectly, but directly about Clarence 13X. Okay. He is the father and the founder of the Five Percenters. If you don't know who the Five Percenters are, please do your research. You should know some of them. You should know them. Okay. They were a branch of the Nation of Islam. Okay. They were a branch for the Nation of Islam. All right. Clarence 13X broke away because he didn't agree with some of the teachings. He didn't believe in the rigid rules or the hierarchy or anything like that. What he believed is that all melanated men had a divine spark in them and that they were all gods. And he didn't agree with reference to Fard Muhammad. Okay, he didn't agree with that. He didn't believe in a dress code, and he didn't believe that you couldn't do certain stuff like smoke or drink. Okay, he was all about doing whatever you wanted, to be perfectly honest, doing what you want, but at the same time knowing who you are. Okay, there's much wisdom in knowing exactly who you are. Okay, so they didn't agree with him. They didn't agree. I searched. I searched. There is a wiki page on Clarence 13X. Many people do not know who this man is. Okay. Like I said, seek out a 5%. They don't hide, right? They don't hide. It's amazing to me because there are parallels to him in this movie. I know I keep saying amazing, but I don't believe that James Samuel, the director of this film, was totally ignorant about Clarence 13X. I don't believe that. Okay. He says he's feeding his brand of crazy. I'm like, yeah, but come on. It's just too much in this movie that relates to Clarence 13X because Clarence in the movie didn't believe in Jesus either, and divinity in one man. All right. He has his own way of thinking about things. He's very independent. Okay. Very independent. Again, if you have not studied any Gnosticism, I would say first start with the book, the Nag Hammadi Library. All right. The Nag Hammadi Library. This is what it looks like. I will share my screen with you. An absolute gold mine on Gnosticism. Okay. Gnostic scriptures. So what I want to do is show you the table of contents. Okay. Table of contents. Here we go. I've shown this recently, but I'm showing it again. Okay. One of the ones you really want to pay attention to is the Gospel of Thomas. And ironically, Thomas in the Book of Clarence is his twin brother. Again, here we go with duality. You know what I'm saying? Or it also can be seen as Clarence's shadow side. Now, he doesn't want anything to do with him. You know what I'm saying? More on that in a minute. You have the Gospel of the Egyptians in this book. Um, Melchizedek. Okay. These are all the books that are taken out of the Bible that you have. Okay. And Gospel of Mary. Okay. The Sophia of Jesus Christ, the Apocrypha of John, the Acts of Peter and the 12 apostles, and so on and so on. Okay. Uh, yeah, the painted face caught your attention. The duality. Yes, 13. Asher, the torturer's black and white face. Janus, duality. Shows our role in slavery. In 10 years. Clarence wanted it now. Yeah, okay. He said 10 years. He wanted that. Okay. 10 being a reference to Spike Lee's Malcolm X reference. We're killing them 10-1. Okay. I definitely got to watch the Book of Clarence again. Good to know another book to read. I've read some of the Gnostics, Mary's mainly. Okay. Also, check out Brother Konami's Decode on Clubhouse. Brother, is that where it's at? Did you link it to your school or anything like that? You know, I'm curious to that. So we'll adding that book to must reads. Yeah, they have the Gnostic Bible. They have plenty of Gnostic books that you can read. Plenty. Okay. Um, he basically is going to start a church, or he wants to get followers. He wants that fame. He wants that glory. He wants people to believe in him. And he says several times, "I'm not nobody." So Clarence wants recognition. Okay. He wants recognition. I have often said, and if you go to my interview with the Motown, which we both said it, you know, if we wanted to take people's money, all we would need to do is start a church. Okay? Because why? Because Negroes are stuck on stupid, right? They want someone to follow. Negroes do not believe in themselves, period. Okay? Um, I mean, that's you look around and you'll see that now. No one believes, everybody wants someone to follow. Okay. What if I told you I've been to that part of the world? I've been to that part of the world. My wife has been to that part of the world. And it is historically accurate the way those people look. Okay. Historically accurate. Right. I know that a lot of Caucasian people, as well as Negroes, have a problem with the representation of the people in Judea. Dora pause. Which is why I said psychologically damaged. They cannot get in their head that the people in the Bible look like them. See the old show, the clown show, Good Times. Okay, there's an episode where her own young son has to tell Florida that the Bible does say Jesus was black. There are many references. If you look, they describe these people. All right. Shit. Song of Solomon. The very first sentence. You know what I mean? Those people are dark skinned. All right. They are dark skinned. Whether you want to believe it or not, they are dark skinned people. Okay. Um, stuck on stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on stupid and stuck on stupid. It is many passages that tell the descriptions of the people. And I find that a lot of people, regardless of that fact, not my opinion, that fact. Many people have a problem with that, the representation. Yet and still, we can have an all-white cast in Gods of Egypt, in Noah, in the Ten Commandments, the greatest story ever told. Should I keep going? Y'all get my point. You know what I mean? Sacrilege is what they say this book is about. I mean, this movie's about. But the movie is not about Jesus, even though Jesus is in it. The movie's about Clarence, the 13th apostle, Clarence 13X. Okay? Clarence 13X. The very first scene shows crucifixion. Not Jesus' crucifixion, Clarence's crucifixion. Okay? If I told you historically that every Messiah that has come to melanated people, they have made sure they've crucified. This is what I believe is the reason for them putting that part in the movie. Okay? Even at the end, you know, it wasn't just Clarence hanging on a cross. It was a white guy hanging on the cross too. I forgot his name. Damn it, I forgot his name. Now you're gonna have to help me out again. Hey, you should join us today at 9 for the Book of Clarence 13X Decoded. Okay, Konami put it in the, thank you for that. Thank you, I appreciate that. James Samuel shot this film in the exact place Mel Gibson shot The Passion of the Christ. James Samuel, okay? Now, he did a really good interview, and I just don't believe he revealed everything. I think he thought, well, the way he portrayed it, like he was just making a movie. It was so much more than that, okay? Melanated people can get empowered by this movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what else it shows? Parallels to today, right? Parallels to today. And we're talking about the Roman Empire, right? The Roman Empire. Yeah. The Roman, you ever hear the term all roads lead to Rome? They had to go to a certain part or a certain city, and they had to show identification and papers. You know what I'm saying? And I believe one of the white men, quote unquote white men, called Clarence a peasant. Okay? Racism in ancient times. Cool. What a surprise. What a surprise. It's been going on for a long time. You know what I mean? However, this is the movie that kind of addresses it. You know what I'm saying? How anyone can see this movie and was like, damn, that happens today with police, you know, racial profiling and police brutality. Still happening. Like, still happening. So, not only showing historical truths, but present day truths as well. Thought that was also interesting. Benjamin, right? Thank you, Benjamin. Now, who was Benjamin in the Bible? What does that represent spiritually? Is my question. Benjamin was the white guy who was also crucified, and all he did was they saw him as another Messiah. So what they were trying to do was root out all of the Messiahs that would come to these Negroes and take them out, crucify them. All roads lead to Rome. Rome was an empire that everyone was afraid of. Okay. Let's see what the master teacher has to say about that in particular.
Why? Because they are not privy to, or they are not subject to the daily grind of disinformation and propaganda that is given to the American public. So going back again, we're talking about a people even when they are bogus in their power and really don't have power at all. They're able to capture the respect in the minds of the oppressed people. You see what I'm saying? Even when they're weak. Like, give you an example. They talk about the Roman government. The Roman government did one thing in its history. They killed people. That's the main thing that Rome is credited for, is they killed thousands of people in the ancient world. So much until it grew this legend, you don't go up against the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire fell weak and was weak for 100 years before anybody went up against it because of the legend. And it was a group of people called the German Vandals. You get the word vandalize from. The German Vandals, who were illiterate, so they didn't know the legend, went up in there and kicked Rome's ass.
My point in hearing Bobby say that is they show exactly that. Because Jebediah, who Clarence owed money to, Jebediah actually says, you're scared of us. You know, and he called them weak. He says all of that to him. Jebediah is like I'm not even sure what to call him. He had, I'm not really sure what to say about Jebediah, but his message or what he said when he refused to hand over Clarence at first, his message was, even though we have our differences, this is still a melanated man, you know, and they're going to stick with him, which it kind of did, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed to me, anyway, remember, this is my opinion. It seemed to me that, just like Bobby just said, there was a legend of Rome. You don't go against the Roman Empire. Everybody was afraid. And you could tell in the movie when they were trying to arrest Clarence, you can tell the melanated, copper-colored people outnumbered them, yet they were afraid. They were afraid. See what I'm saying? Ah, peace, Katrina. What's going on? Namaste. Uh, Brother Ronan has shown up. What's going on, man? Roman root word is pomegranate. Pomegranate are a native plant of America. What's up, Tosh? Hey, Jamie Haynes. What's up? Welcome to y'all. Okay. You love Bobby? Yes, yes, indeed. Gratitude, Brother Kanami. Give me 1 second. Neighborhood brothel owner. So I gotta give credit to Brother Konami because he's seen this movie at least 5 times. Okay. I want to say I wanted to watch it more than once, and I'm going to, but time constraints and business has prevented me from watching it. I've only seen it 1 time so far. I plan to. That's why I said this is a partial breakdown. It's not even a breakdown, not really. You know, it's just pointers. You know what I mean? Just pointers. Um, I also found it interesting. Like I said, I've been to that part of the world. Those people are very dark-skinned people. Okay. You have a breakdown that's on YouTube called The Symbolism and Meaning of the Book of Clarence. Did I save it? Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I saved it here. I think I saved it. Yes, I did. Mm, no, don't look like I saved it. So symbolism. Ah, all right. So it's called The Symbolism, Meaning, and Inspiration for the Book of Clarence. Okay. Now, obviously, I can't actually show someone else's video. I obviously I can't do that. Otherwise, they will strike me for it. Oh no, they will strike me for it. Um, but I watched this whole video twice. Okay. I watched it twice. And in one part, he says they have a picture of what someone in the Middle East actually should have looked like back then. And it's that picture right there. Can you see that picture? I'm like, yeah, okay. And like I said, I've been there. I have definitely been there. They're much darker than that. The sun is much hotter in that part of the world. Okay. I remember one time I pulled duty at 8 o'clock in the morning and it was 120 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. The hotter it gets, the more melanin reaches or goes to the surface of the skin to protect it. Okay. So they were a lot darker than me, but I found it interesting, even in the reviews, they're insisting that people looked closer to my skin color. Over the years, this has been the case, but I'm not buying it. My boss. That's a good description of him too. Konami says neighborhood brothel owner. Moonfeather says my boss. I think both are correct. You know what I'm saying? Eating my roast beef sandwich and drinking my coffee while listening to this nice stream. Okay. That's why the Romans knew who he was in that scene when he named him before threatening his sister. Right. Yeah. Like I said, shout out to Konami. He has seen this movie, like I said, at least 5 times. I've not gotten that far. I really haven't. Okay. Um, again, if the Bible was if it was truth in the Bible and it was good the way it first was, there wouldn't have been so many rewrites. There wouldn't have been so many books taken out. The Gospel of Mary was the one taken out. The Book of Enoch was taken out. You see what I'm saying? They have removed so many books from the Bible, and they give you what you want or what they want you to know. Okay. The Book of Clarence, I think, gives you, I want to say it gives you closure. Okay. And you should relate it to Clarence 13X, founder of the Five Percenters. If you ever speak to one of them, they're very intelligent people. Okay. Um, I use discernment when it comes to reports about anybody who is anybody. Okay. Like I said, there's a whole wiki page on Clarence 13X. All right. Um, I had also my phase when I was in the Nation of Islam. When I was unable to join, and the only reason I was unable to join is because I couldn't get, one of the requirements is to write a handwritten letter that Elijah Muhammad wrote to Fard Muhammad You have to write it perfectly. It has to look like an exact replica. Now, when I say that out loud now, it's even more ridiculous. It got sent back to me twice. And then I was like, fuck it. You know, all these rules, all these regulations and what you're not supposed to do. Yeah, it's nonsense. And then that's when I was like, fuck it. I don't need to join. You know, men on one side, women on the other. Why? You know, I would have been on the side of Clarence 13X. Okay. You have the Book of Clarence is divided in three parts. The third part is basically his crucifixion. Now, it gets serious. My wife was bummed out because she was enjoying the movie up until that part. And she was like, well, yeah, it got all serious at the end. I said, I think that was the point. I think that was the point. It's a serious topic. You know, why would they focus this on Clarence? Okay. Why would they focus this on him? They've shown Jesus a couple times. All right. And I believe they've shown that the divine spark is in all of us. You don't see Jesus' face until a certain point in the movie. And that's the point, the part where they're trying to stone Mary Magdalene. They're trying to stone her. Elijah jumps in front of her to protect her. And Jesus completely stops the stones in midair. And they fell to the ground. You know, her wounds healed up. Here's where we're talking about duality again. Okay? Masculine, feminine energies. You don't see Jesus until you see Mary Magdalene. All right? Being stoned. Okay? They're having a whole conversation here. Who runs the mob? Who do they work for? Is there a way to stream it somewhere? Stream it? I'm not sure. That's why when Benjamin said, excuse me, I wish to be made clean, it meant so much. Absolutely. Upmovies.to, Charlie, or HD Today. There are a couple streams where you can find this movie. I'm not going to promote it. You know, I don't Rome coming after. Charlie, yes. How do you think we watched it? No spaces. I had to type that way so it showed up. A huge population in my town are 5%ers. I did not know that, Elegant Granny. I really didn't know that. Huh? The entry process has always been beyond questionable from NOI to FOI to the 5%. And I'm saying that as a Detroiter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's absolutely correct. I gave up after that point. I really thought I wanted to be a part of the Nation of Islam. And now, 30 years later, it ain't necessary. I found my path, the magical path, the occult path, okay? The powerful path, the dark path, all of that. Okay? There were a couple of 90s groups who were 5%ers, right? Brand Nubian, one, Wu-Tang Clan, the other, okay? They know the stuff. One of the things that I admire about the 5%ers and their teachings is that they are encouraged heavily to study. All right. They're required to know certain things, like the diameter of the earth, shit like that. Deep science. Okay. When you know stuff like this, people cannot fuck with you. All right. People cannot fuck with you. And I believe, like I said, the last part of the Book of Clarence will pull on your heartstrings. All right. It's wonderfully done, if you ask me. Wonderfully done. Okay. Wonderfully done. Clarence is not the only one on the cross. Benjamin is on the cross, and there was a couple other people. This signifies all the messiahs, so-called messiahs, that they have taken out. All right. And you know who immediately comes to mind when I say that? Khalid Muhammad. All right. Khalid Muhammad. Man, as a matter of fact, I think I am going to rewatch Khalid Muhammad's interview on the Phil Donahue show. Dynamite, unafraid. He got into trouble with the NOI because of the way he spoke. Fiery rhetoric, right? Spitting nothing but facts. But the nation wanted him to apologize. And he was like, no. He went off on his own. Okay? Off on his own. He was more militant, way more militant. All right? Way more militant. Watch that interview on the Phil Donahue show. It is on YouTube. Khalid Muhammad, like I said, comes to mind. Clarence 13X comes to mind. Malcolm X comes to mind. You know what I'm saying? They have always used people who look like us to take us out. See what I'm saying? Again, watch the movie and then research Clarence 13X or find a 5%er. Like I said, they don't hide. Now, they look like an average nigga. so for lack of a better term, they look like a regular melanated person. They grow locks. You know, they're not what you would call clean cut. They don't wear suits. You know, they smoke weed. You see what I'm saying? They drink. You know, they don't have this rigid religious atmosphere. Okay? I'm not going to speak against the Nation of Islam. I'm not going to do that. But if you want more information on that, Bobby Hemmett speaks to the Nation of Islam. He speaks for 5 hours. Spit nothing but facts. Okay? Nothing but facts. Dr. York. Also Dr. York. Okay? That's what it said to me at the end when all these messiahs were hanging. Okay? I've been so deep into the occult that I have no other choice but to see things from an occultic point of view. All right. So that's what it said to me. You might get something else out of it. Again, Masonic references. Masonic references. You know what I'm saying? James Samuel, brother, I know you probably never see this, but brilliant, brilliant film. Brilliant. I wish more copper color people would go see it. Okay. I wish they would support it like they support slave movies. Harriet Tubman. That did well in the box office. Anything that has to do with slavery, niggas support. But they won't support to me, that's what it was. It was empowering. This was an empowering movie. All right. You don't have to look very far for the subliminal messages there. It's all out in the open. Poor Righteous Teachers, thank you. Thank you. X-Clan, brilliant. BDP, Big Daddy Kane. Poor Righteous Teachers. Damn. What you know about Poor Righteous Teachers, Brother Ronan? That's my shit. Khalid is in this movie. I pointed him out, but I won't spoil it here. Neither will I. Neither will I. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to give the movie away. This isn't even, I can't consider this live a breakdown. This is not a breakdown. I'm pointing out reasons why you should see the goddamn movie. Okay. And if you're copper color, like, you really should see the goddamn movie. Remember, Lakeith Stanfield, who plays Clarence, was in Judas and the Black Messiah as well. Exactly. He has become one of my favorite new actors. He slays pretty much any role he gets in. Okay. This is another movie I didn't think I would like. Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay. Judas and, what am I always saying? I'm always saying they show you everything in movies. They are showing you everything in the Book of Clarence. I am sure I will pick up more. I will pick up more information when I watch it again. Okay. He rises at the end. You think he's dead. But here's my other thing. They're watching him getting crucified by the Roman Empire. Okay. By the Roman Empire. They're standing around, crying instead of doing something. This tells the tale of Negroes throughout history. Okay. He doesn't believe. He uses tricks, the way he says it, tricks, to gain a following. What do you think people do on YouTube and other social media? Tricks. That's what he did. Manipulation. He had to finally admit it in court. It was like it was all tricks. It was manipulation. It wasn't real. I thought that part was brilliant too. But then the Roman guy, I can't remember his name, but one of my favorite actors, James McAvoy, who plays in Split. I mean, he's a brilliant actor, period. So shout out to him. He's a brilliant actor. He should have won an award for Split, for all the roles he played, and he slayed them. But anyway, he told Clarence to walk on water, and Clarence didn't even know he could walk on water. And he did. He walked on water. He thought he was going to fall, and everybody was coming after him was falling, but he didn't. Realizing your own divine spark. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I'm always saying everyone has the potential to be gods and goddesses. I don't, just because you're a certain skin color doesn't make you a god or goddess. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? You have to develop your own inner power. Like I said, Clarence 13X taught all men, he said all melanated men and women were gods and goddesses. Okay? Just being real. Going off what Clarence 13X said. Okay? Please see this movie. Please see it. Please see it at least one time. If you can go to the movies to see it, please do. Bobby Hemmett is what he was saying. Yeah. I think this movie was also a great upcoming of age movie like Juice, Crooklyn, urban coming of age movie. Yeah. I have it up. So after this, I am watching it and we'll be looking up a lot of what you mentioned. This is so helpful to my own journey. I appreciate you, Charlie, and thank you again for coming, for your comments on Denise's interview. I really do appreciate it. I need to start watching a variety of my babies take over the TV and watch Transformers and the Fast and Furious all day. I'll be watching that this weekend. Oh, so let me go back to what Charlie asked me. Movies. If you're talking about this particular path, I always suggest American Gods. American Gods. What else do I suggest for occult information? I do it so much now that when I'm trying to bring it to the forefront, I am drawing a blank. American Gods. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Or what I can do, I can tag you on one of my posts on Facebook where I give movie suggestions. Okay. Like I said before, I'll say it again, as I don't like being redundant, but let me say it again. Movies are nothing more than modern day hieroglyphics. They are visual aids. Okay. Visual aids. All right. If your pineal gland is calcified, you're not going to see anything. Trust me on this. If you eat a lot of pork, you drink sodas, and you do a lot of damage to your body, you only can go so far. What's the old adage? Mind, body, and soul. That is very true, especially when it comes to magic and the occult. Right? You can't be drinking sodas, screwing everybody, eating pork, and all kinds of bullshit, shitting once a week, and then try and be a master magician. It doesn't work that way. All right. You need to have all of your senses. You need to have a pineal gland that's not calcified. There are supplements that help you decalcify your pineal gland, such as selenium, SELENIUM, or L-lysine, L-Lysine. Okay. Detox at least once a month. Try and do it for 3 days. Fast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, in the movie, another thing that they don't show in any biblical movie, Clarence and Elijah smoking, getting high. You know what I'm saying? Weed does nothing but open your consciousness. There's absolutely nothing wrong with marijuana. Okay. It might be now because they GMO'd the fuck out of it. They put smoking. There's nothing wrong with smoking. The natives, you ever heard of a peace pipe? Okay. Again, they added ingredients to it. All right. Just like they add ingredients to the sky with the chemtrails and the water with the fluoride, everything they have touched, they have destroyed to keep you from reaching a natural, harmonious state with the universe. Okay. This is why I suggest not just supplements, but certain mushrooms, certain cacti. You know what I mean? Okay. I didn't do a breakdown. This wasn't a breakdown. I was just showing just some references, okay, to things that I saw. Blatant references to Clarence 13X and the nations of gods and earth. Okay. At the end, Clarence kind of came around to believing in Jesus. He also joined with his shadow side, his brother, his twin brother, Thomas. Look at the Gospel of Thomas. Look at the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, okay, and how important she was to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? 33 is a number you should always pay attention to. 13 is a number you should pay attention to. All of these main characters in the Book of Clarence have some significance historically and occultically. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. When I hear people going to the bathroom once a week, I kind of get sick to my stomach. How can you retain all that toxic shit in you for a whole fucking week? You should shit at least 3 times a day, if not 3 times a day, at least twice a day. All right. That's why this is the importance of drinking water. You know what I mean? Magnesium. It's another important supplement that you should have. Okay. We can't help the fact that Negroes are stuck on stupid. They're going to always be stuck on stupid. Okay. Bobby Hemmett said that the masses do nothing but die. That's what they do best. Azazel called them knuckle draggers. Okay. Why am I any different? Somebody got offended that I said in the first 20 minutes of one of my videos, I said nigga. So they got offended. And it's like, this is the person you think is a good person? I choose my words very carefully, and niggas is very valid. Right? It describes a certain type of copper-colored person, even though originally the etymology of the word nigga means drunk white man. All right? To act niggardly. Okay? The reason I use words is because I believe my audience has a certain understanding. Okay? Please don't do anything else. See the Book of Clarence. All right? I want to thank y'all, as always, for joining me today. And thank you if you joined me on Denise's interview. Please go back and watch that. Konami, does a better breakdown than I did. I just wanted to throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? I've only seen it one time, but that was enough for me to actually promote it. You see what I'm saying? I am going to watch it again. I am. Konami posted his breakdown on Clubhouse. Uh, join Moonfeather on Wednesdays. She does her readings. Ronan, the Ronan Experience on Friday nights. You know, all these. And then Saturday during the day, you have an roundtable discussion with the shaman, Bush Whisperer. Okay. See Konami and his school for all of this information. All right. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend. Please see the Book of Clarence. All right. Support it. Please. Here's a brother that y'all not supporting. You know what I mean? Not y'all, but you know what I'm saying. The masses. I am the one and only, the diabolical, the mystical, the hilarious, the Dora pausing, magical, and sorceress, Magick LaCroix. I will see y'all. I will see y'all. I will see y'all next time as I greet you in peace, as I always. Namaste. Peace, y'all.